Now that Easter season is over, though, it's time to really ramp up all that energy for Fiesta. There's gonna be a lot to see during this time of the year, and one of the most iconic events ever is going to have a few changes that y'all actually may like. Clarke is hanging out with April, and I know that you're gonna be making something very delicious, very traditional, right, Clarke?
Yes, okay, so hopefully I'm saying this right, but I'm going to be making Shypoke eggs, and I'm hanging out with Monica.
April,
okay,
that's
April.
okay.
Monica is the assistant off to the side. She's getting everything ready, but April, thank you so much for being in our studio today. Okay, so what is Shypoke eggs?
Shypoke eggs starts with a chalupa shell, and then we start with white cheese on top of it, on the center. It's actually gonna look like a fried egg.
Okay, I thought this was real eggs at first, but no, this is so cool. Okay, so tell me what the tradition is behind this. This is so fun.
Well, Fran West, who's a longtime Conservation Society member and involved in NIOSA, got the recipe from Little Hip's Bubble Room, which was a beer joint here in San Antonio for a long time. But back in the 70s, we started serving it at Night in Old San Antonio.
Okay, and I know everyone is super into the history out here. There's so much rich history. I still consider myself new to San Antonio.
Okay.
So Hip's Bubble Room.
Yes, it was a beer joint.
Big deal? So, okay, so it's a beer joint, and tell me a little bit about that. That's so cool.
I don't know a whole lot of history about Hip's Bubble Room, but about NIOSA and the Conservation Society. The Conservation Society is huge. If you think about NIOSA is a party with a purpose. All of the money raised by Night in Old San Antonio goes into historic preservation. So if we look at the culture within San Antonio, that's really what we're supporting. The missions, the Alamo, all of the history within San Antonio is where the money goes.
And so much more than just a huge party. Okay, let's assemble.
Okay, so you're going to start with your white cheese in the center.
All right, and so you cut this out into circles.
Yes, actually it's sliced first, and then we have to, they actually have a cheese cutting party, and they cut the cheese so that it's all ready for us. So you're going to do your white cheese, and then a jalapeno, slice of jalapeno pepper in the center.
You have to have a little jalapeno in there.
And then you're going to put the yellow cheese on top. And actually with the recipe, there you go.
Wow, okay, so I'm going to see the other one
Yes, do the other one, and then I think there's one in the oven that we can get out to see what the finished product looks like.
I'm already drooling. Some people might be like, this isn't that much, but no, the flavor, the jalapeno, the cheese, it's going to be the perfect bite. And it does look like a little egg. How cute is that?
Yes,
I love
absolutely.
This. And so we take it over and just pop it into the oven, and I know there's already some in here. Oh,
hopefully.
Man, how cool is that? Yes, okay, so I'm gonna put this one in super quick. And I know it doesn't take super long to cook, but probably like a minute, right? Or 30 seconds?
Yeah, 30 seconds to a minute, depending upon how hot the oven is.
This looks like a real egg.
Yes.
That is wild. Okay, so I know that there's huge changes to the location of events and things like that. Tell me about that.
Right, well, so one of the biggest changes in location is we're super excited that Frontier Town will be back in Maverick Plaza. The last 2 years we've been relocated to different areas, so we're super excited to be back. And so that's one of the big changes. Another change is we'll be back to selling coupons for purchase of your products, your beverages and your food products.
Oh, so that'll make things a little bit more convenient. I know people were freaking out about the wristbands, and it was a huge hullabaloo last year, but that's awesome.
We tried doing something different, and you would have thought that it would work, but so we are going back to coupons. You can get advanced sale tickets for entry at HEB, at Fort Sam Houston, Lackland Air Force Base, and Randolph Air Force Base. Advanced sale are $20. And it's $25 at the gate.
Easy peasy. And I know there's so many good food vendors there. There's some new vendors, and of course the classics that we know and love. Can you kind of give me a rundown of that?
Absolutely, absolutely. So they've added fish and chips will be in Irish Flats. And then we'll have chicken wings in Main Street and potato pancakes at Sauerkraut Bend.
Yes, potato pancakes.
Yes.
Okay, and a little German flair in there.
Our usual offenders would be yakitori chicken, steer on a stick, horseshoe sausage, sopapillas, Shypoke eggs.
Yes.
So we'll have a variety of foods that you are used to seeing typically.
Absolutely. Oh, I love the sound of that, and so many fun activities. Honestly, worth the wait in the line, and super, super quick. As a veteran fiesta goer, what is one huge piece of advice you give someone that maybe hasn't gone yet or we should know?
I would say go early.
Go early, okay.
Yes. Every night it's really easy to get around, and I would say go to the different areas to enjoy the entertainment, because the entertainment is consistent with the area. So Frontier Town, we have the Chris Saucedo Band that's new to us this year, but we will be doing country western, and then
and there's so much more that people can expect. April, thank you so much for joining us. I can't wait to take a bite out of this egg. Y'all, the Fiesta countdown is officially on. I'm so ready for it. Oh my gosh, it's here, it's here. But guess what? 10 days, 6 hours, 52 minutes until Fiesta. Maggie, I know this is your first time.
My first one, yeah.
Fiesta. I mean, are you excited? Are you kind of like confused about the hype?
I'm so excited. There's gonna be no lack of fun, that's for sure. And I'm sorry, but I can smell that food over there. I haven't had my breakfast yet. That looks so good.
Yes, oh my gosh.
Can you come bring me a taste?
I will bring you a taste.
But you can run over after this.